Hi friends, it's Stephanie with Steph's on a Budget, and it is time to set up our next paycheck budget. So I'm excited because June is kind of our magic month, and this particular paycheck that we're going to be getting on the 16th, this Friday, is kind of the extra, if you will. I know I said in my last video, like, it never seems like that really works out for me this magic month, but all it really kind of does is like gives me 3 checks versus 2 to kind of spread out my bills. So my, fixed expenses tend to be a little bit lower, and I have a little bit more for fun savings or debt or whatever you have you. But so this one's the one where we have a little bit of extra. It's still by no means, it's not like I have a whole full paycheck to just do whatever I freaking wish. But that's not going to happen. So we're looking at our June monthly spread. So I do the highlight method by the Budget Mom, and this is in my Happy Planner. And so we're getting paid on the 16th, so we're going to be paying everything that's highlighted in yellow. And like I always say, guys, I have a lot of accounts that are open and still active accounts, but they don't have any balances. But because they are still open and active, they stay in the spread in case we were to swipe a card or something. I never want to miss a payment on anything like that. So it looks like a lot. There's a little bit less than what there actually is because we've paid off some of these accounts. So yay! But I was thinking that maybe I've already set up my July one, so I can't do that one with you guys, but I was thinking I might try and do a video setting up my August one so you can see how exactly I do that. August should be interesting too because I'm gonna have to play a little bit with our vehicle payments. My truck payment is technically, I mean, it's not due, it's already paid for June. So this would be for our July payment. But I have somehow worked myself to where I am a month ahead on our truck payment, which is great. Nothing wrong with that by any means. So I was kind of like toying around with seeing if I could actually not withhold that money this month and put that towards like debt and savings. But I don't think that's going to work out. So I will typically have, at the very minimum, I at least always have 2 months planned out, just because when I budget by paycheck, it's never exactly the same. So especially when you get paid, on dates like this where it's the very last date of the month, you're really not paying much in June. This is all really going to go towards July bills. So I really need to know what's going on in July so I know what to do with this money. But the way that this has worked out, I kind of am almost needing to see August so I know what to do with like this July truck payment going into August, if that makes any sense. It's probably way more information than any of you want. But needless to say, because I don't have August ready, I'm going to keep this in here because I just don't know how August is going to play out. Because when I just kind of look at it at a brief glance, my expenses are really high for that first paycheck in August, which is actually this last payday of July. And so and that's if I take this out, the expenses are much higher than usual. So I don't think I want to do that. So we'll be putting the truck payment in there, even though I am technically a month ahead. I was just kind of hoping that I could hit some debt really hard, it was what my game plan was there, but it's just not going to work out. So that's okay. All right, enough blabbing. Let's pull out our June paycheck tracker. These videos already get so long as it is, so I am so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna move the big giant budget book to the side. As always, guys, it just takes up so much room, but I need it open still so I can see my bills. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit different as far as how we are going to budget income. Normally, you just see me budget my husband and I's full-time W-2 paycheck, but we have some different things going on. So for income, zoom in a bit there, we're still going to be expecting pay number 1, pay number 2. I'm going to be getting a travel pay finally. And then we're also going to be incorporating some rollover, which we never do. And I'll explain why we have that this time. So this is for the June 16th paycheck. And our pay number 1, we always budget for $2,700. And pay number 2, I always budget for the very minimum $1,700. Hopefully that will be higher, but I never want to plan for higher. I'd rather have more to work with in the end than less. I'm gonna get some chopsticks. Sorry guys, I'm talking too much. Okay, and then I have a $240 travel paycheck that's finally getting paid out from May. And then we're going to be working with $450 in rollover. And the reason for that is because last pay period, we should have paid our vehicle insurance and also a Apple Music subscription, and they come out both on the 15th. But they both automatically come out of the account, which means they won't actually post to my account until the 16th. And so I'm going to use some of the pay to kind of fill that back in, because you can see that that's not going to be enough to cover both of those. And I don't want to pull from savings. So, and the reason that happened is obviously we had some overspending, but we had some unplanned expenses. Like I needed to order my husband's Father's Day gift this week before I got paid because I was getting delivered. And so so that's how we're going to do it. some overspending essentially is what happened. So let's add up what we're going to be working with for all of those expenses. And that looks like $5,090. Oh no. See, that's why I have to have like paper under there. I cannot do it. I'm too heavy-handed and I poked a hole. Okay, so that's our income. Next, we're going to fill out our fixed expenses that we're going to be paying. Oh, why did this happen? Okay, here's where some overspending happened. This paycheck is so we get 3, right? So June 2nd, we withheld half our mortgage. June 30th, we'll withhold the second half of the mortgage. So this paycheck, technically, we don't have the mortgage payment, which is great. But I do actually need to put in $196 because some friends of ours that my daughter played softball with gifted us some tickets to our kind of professional soccer league, and we had never been, and so they generously gifted us 5 tickets. And so I took my girls and my daughter's boyfriend, and we went and watched our very first kind of professional soccer game and had a blast. But obviously we didn't budget for that. And when you go into those types of activities, they are extremely pricey. So we had a big kind of unplanned expense. And then of course, 2 of my daughters wanted merchandise, and so I overspent a little bit on that. So I pulled $196 from my mortgage that I had saved last paycheck for my July mortgage. And so I need to put that back in. So that's what this little first bit's going to be. So we're going to budget the $196 to put back into that first half of our mortgage payment. That's definitely not an ideal way to budget, but it's just what I did in the moment to be able to do that. Okay, next we're going to have that truck payment. And I'm just going to pull this to the side and we'll hold on to it because the next payment's not until like July 5th. So my Capital One card is paid off. We paid that off in March, but I have it's like 10 something that hit that card, and it was, My daughter has an Oculus set, and that card is set up on that Oculus, and she wanted to purchase something, and I said, go ahead, and thought it was going to debit from my checking account, but forgot that the Capital One is set up in there. So that's what that is. So I just need to pay that back. And so I'm going to just round that up to $11. No big deal. Then we have the gym. Comes out on the 17th. We're also going to budget $11 for that. Oh, and there goes my work phone. So hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, sorry for the interruption, friends. I'm kind of, I unfortunately share a desk for both my work and kind of budgeting craft station. So, even though I'm technically on my lunch break setting up my budget, my phone is still sitting right here for work. So sorry about that. Okay, we left off at my gym. I normally have a Canva subscription, but I went ahead and canceled that. I just feel like I wasn't really utilizing that. I could probably get away with the free version for what I use it for. So we do have Netflix and motorcycle insurance that come out now on the same day, the 19th. And Netflix, we're going to budget $22, and same for the motorcycle insurance, which is $22. And I still am playing around if I'm going to change this policy. I got a funny email saying, congratulations, your premium went down. And no, it went up like 30 cents. I don't know what the heck they were talking about. Okay, then we have our Discover card, and that's due on the 20th. And I think the payment's down to like $168, but we're still going to budget that $200 just because that's such a large balance. Okay, we have our car payment as well for the Subaru, and we're going to budget $459 there. Okay, we have a debt snowball payment, so we'll this part always just kind of throws me off. Okay, we'll just move to the Kindle. So I've got a Kindle Unlimited, and that's going up in price. It used to be 11, so it's 13 now, I think, 12 something. We have iCloud, the 25th, and Amazon Kids. This is always our big kind of subscription time. 11 for iCloud, 6 for this Amazon Kids. We have Disney Plus. And that is $12. We budget for that. And then we have our cell phones. And let's do the 28th, and we're going to budget $312. I think it's only $309. It's $308 and some change is what it's been the last couple of months, but every now and again it's $311. So I've always just left it at this $312. So I'm just going to continue to do that. Okay, so let's add up what we've got here. You know what though? We just have that one debt snowball payment in here for the City One. So I'm just gonna put it right here. I know that seems weird, but I'm just gonna do it. And that's 100. Okay, is what we budgeted there. Okay, let's add these all up. So 196. Okay, that gives us $2,388 in our fixed expenses, if you will. So the other thing I will do is I usually put a little A here that indicates anything that comes out automatically, so that when I'm sitting down on Friday and paying the bills, I'll know what I need to pay and what's just gonna have to come out on its own. Okay, so let's take our fixed expenses minus our income to see what we have left, and that leaves us with $2,702. So this is about as good as it gets for us as far as seeing like that magic month, if you will. Okay, so next up we have our cash envelopes. So this is our like variable expenses. And get these all in here. Okay, I think that's all of them. So we always do 300 for our groceries. That seems to be working okay. We'll do our 200 for Costco, our 175 for gas. Miscellaneous, we set aside 40, same for house and beauty. Mom and dad spending 400. Our water, we're gonna set aside 38. And if you're new here, this is for drinking water that we purchase. And for takeout, we're gonna do our 100. Okay, and remember guys, our variable expenses covers our household of 5. Okay, so let's add these all up.
I'm trying to zip through this since I spent so much time in the beginning just yakety yakking. Okay.
$12.93, which is what we've been the last couple of times. So if we take that from our $27.02, that leaves us with $1,409. And that's where it feels weird. Oh, see, this is where, I screwed up. Okay, because we have that rollover. I knew that wasn't right. Let's fix this. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna get rid of this. Oh no, that we didn't need to. Gosh darn it. Okay, we have to do the insurance and the Apple Music, because remember those are gonna roll over, and that's what this rollover money is for. So these should come out on the 16th, and our car insurance is $639 and $19 for the Apple Music. So let's try that again. It was $2,388 plus the $639 plus the $19, $3,046. Okay. Minus the $5,090, that leaves us with $2,044. This is looking better already. So we'll bring down the $2,044 to our variable envelopes. And now we'll take away the $1,293, and that leaves us with $751. That is more like it. Okay. Hopefully you can see all that. Okay, so next we would move over to debt. So let's go ahead and do that. So already over here, we're putting 100 to our debt snowball. So 751 we'll bring over here. Okay, and we'll just do debt snowball. Oh goodness, and I honestly just don't know. So I'm gonna pause you, give myself a minute to kind of just break this down mentally, and then I'll come back and share with you what we're gonna do. Okay friends, I think I've got it figured out. I just didn't want to like bore you by staring at this thinking in my brain. So for our debt snowball, we're gonna go ahead and throw $300 extra towards our debt. Okay, so if we do 751 minus 300, that leaves us with 451. Okay, I'm going to bring it down here to savings because I want to put, we've had to clear out the emergency fund quite a bit the last couple of months for a few things, so I need to contribute back to that. So we're going to put $100 back into that account, which will leave us with 351. And 351 will bring up to our sinking funds. And Christmas is now like our kind of #1 priority, so we're definitely going to throw 100 at Christmas. And then the rest I'm just gonna do sinking funds slash savings challenges. I really love these Papermate ink joys. Like the colors and stuff are so beautiful, but they like skip writing a lot. They're not my most favorite. I know a lot of people like them, but I kind of think they're actually not that great. Okay, so 351 minus 100, so that leaves us 251 to kind of divvy up between savings challenges and all the rest of our sinking funds. So I think we'll kind of look at that a little bit more because there's so many of those to list them and spend time with you guys. And we're going to look at it in our cash stuffing anyways. We'll just save it for that. So that gives us 351 for our sinking funds, which then leaves us with $0, which gives us a zero base budget, which is exactly what we're looking for. So that is a look at our June 16th paycheck in whole, including our income, our fixed variable expenses, debt snowball, emergency fund savings, and then our other savings. So sorry it was a bit chaotic with the interruptions, but we got it done, and I'm looking forward to payday, and I'm really hoping that our pay number 2 comes in higher. It usually does, but like I said, I don't ever want to lean on that. So I'm hoping that'll be a little bit higher and we'll have even more to kind of throw at debt and savings, but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for joining me again for another video, you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you join our channel and support us on this debt-free journey. Leave me any questions, comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one, friends. Take care. Bye.